Hi guys, I hope you're all doing great. My name is Mahanoor Amir and I'm a doctor from Pakistan, currently trying to make it into the NHS. So I had my Plab 1 exam in November last year, that is 4th November 2021, and by the grace of God, luckily I passed that exam. So first of all, I was a very average student in med school. I wasn't too intelligent, I wasn't ridiculously brilliant, I was just average, and if a very average student like me can pass this exam, so can you. All you need is guideline in the right direction, some orientation about time management, and a bit of guidance about what to do and what not to do. What not to do is equally important. So one piece of advice from me would be, I've observed the major problem these days is that there are a lot of resources out there in the market. There's a whole lot of content, and people get confused what to study, what not to study, how much to study, because there's so much to cover. So my advice would be just stick to one resource, whatever resource that you follow, be it Plabable, be it MedRevision, be it Plab Keys. I'm not trying to endorse or advocate any resource. The main thing is stick to one resource and revise that, because in the exam you won't have time to recall things. If you know it, you know it, and if you need to recall it, you need to think about it, you're gone, because you just have 1 minute to attempt one questions. And mind you, the stems are long, not too long, not like unmanageably long, but they're long. You have to read it, you have to interpret it, and then you have to answer, and you have to fill the grid separately. So that takes a whole lot of time and effort. So the major problem in the exam is not the difficulty of the questions are not too difficult. They're not, if you have prepared well you can manage them. But the major problem, even if you have prepared very well, the major problem is time management. You cannot manage your time. I remember in my exam, I started my exam in this posture, and till the end I was in this posture because I did not even have time to change my posture. It was a whole lot of effort to manage time. So if you can do all those questions in the allotted time, you're good to go, because you will do good if you're prepared well. So my advice would be stick to one resource, revise it a couple of times, minimum 2 to 3 times, and do a couple of mocks. You don't need to do too many mocks, because I think that in my case, I think that discourages you, because as many mocks as you do, and if you're not scoring well, so you lose your morale and you lose your time. So you can do a couple of mocks, as many as you can manage, but the major point is revision. So in my case, I just did Plabable. I did not even do Plab keys, because I think that's a revision, or I think that's a repetition of Plabable. It's the same points organized in a different way. But if you have read the notes beneath each question in Plabable, you don't need to do any other resource. So I just did Plabable and I revised it. I revised it 2 or 3 times until the last day I was revising. I did a couple of mocks, and the first mock I did not secure too well. I completely lost my morale. But with the passage of time, I started scoring well. So I did a few mocks, but I did not complete all the mocks from Plabable, but because I did not have time. But a few of them I did that. So my advice would be stick to one resource. Revise it as much as you can. I cannot emphasize enough on the revision. You have to revise it as much as you can, and then do a couple of mocks, and that's it. You don't need to go into too many resources. You don't even need a study partner. I've seen many people, they're looking for online study partners for Plab 1. You don't need that. That's going to take a lot of time and effort. If you log onto your computer with somebody else and you're coordinating and you're discussing things, I think that wastes your time. So self-study is very important. You don't even need a study partner for Plab 1. Yes, for Plab 2 you do need that, but for Plab 1 I think all you need is self-study and revision. A lot of revision, and if you can manage all the questions in that time, you are good to go. So just do Plabable or any other resource, or if you're following med revisions, just do med revisions and revise it till the last day. Do a couple of mocks and try to complete everything in allotted time. Do not leave anything, and I think you're good to go. So that would be my advice, and I've heard many people have the exams coming up, so good luck. I hope you all do great. Thank you.